My interest in this period of history and this part of Europe during this period begins when I was 14, because that's when I started to be a part of a history reenactment group that was reenacting and still is reenacting mainly English archers of 100 Years' War. In order to reenact as well as I could, I read quite a lot about the history of England and France and about 100 Years' War, about the politics of it, about the cultural climate of the epoch, and about all the little stuff that is too often gone and not seen in the books, like how the gear looked up, how the gear looked like, how people were dressed, how might they act, what was their perspective on the world, how did they perceive it. Since I studied philosophy, that was also an interesting point for me to know maybe the more anthropological side of views of the people from the times. And I believe it's really hard and perhaps impossible to depict the mentality of people of that times, but well, that doesn't mean we don't have to, we shouldn't try. This period just seemed so close to me, also in context of England and France and the 100 Years' War. I just seemed to be for years living in this context, thinking about it, reading about it, trying to reenact it, that it was only natural for me to write about this particular time. There were many sources, many books about history in general, like political history of the epoch. I couldn't name all of them really. I read a lot about the weaponry and the military aspect of the whole situation, as I was also quite engaged in reenacting this particular aspect of reality, especially sword fighting, which consider one of my biggest interests. One of the main sources of inspiration was actually was in a book that is not about raw facts, that is more about what is medieval person like. And the book I'm talking about is Johann Huizinga's The Autumn of the Middle Ages. And that book proved to be a great inspiration for me in the early stages of writing, as I was completely in accordance with the main objective that the author of that book has stated. And this objective is to show the people as you think they were, based on the knowledge that you have, but not pretending to have the objective insight into their psychic, into their emotions. And I believe that's the only honest anthropological standpoint from which it's worth to write a history novel.